Hey friends, Neil here from Post to Post, back at you with another Friday jersey concept video. This time we've got a series titled Home Jerseys. Nothing too special here, no special event or anything, just some plain Jane, good old-fashioned home jersey concepts. These are by Daniel. Of course, there are 32, one for every NHL team. I will react to these at the same time that you see these, so we can react together. Let's bring it up. Let's jump in. It's going to be Anaheim first. Let's go. Oh, sorry, not jersey concepts, full uniform concepts, actually. Apologies. We've got an entire kit to look at here. Well, first impressions here, I love the little change in the logo on the shoulder. I really like a very subtle change overall in this jersey, and by jersey I mean we'll say current kind of alternate jersey that they use. And this is, the bottom is clearly different. The arms are definitely different, but it still looks very similar to what they currently use. It looks good. I really like this. You get a little bit more of that angularity back into the arms and the striping. Not really much to say about the pants and the gloves and the socks. They all look really good. What a great start. Excellent jersey concept here, Daniel. Next, we've got the Arizona Coyotes. Okay, so a bit of a brand change hypothetically here in his world. We've gone with a cross between, I guess, the Reverse Retro 1, Reverse Retro 2, maybe a little bit as well, and some other flair in here. I think this does look pretty good. Not completely sold on the arrangement or orientation of the shoulder patch. That's a nice jersey. I do like it, and I think this would be an excellent home uniform. Good job. Next, the Boston Bruins. I personally would not be in favor of the Boston Bruins using yellow as a primary color on their home jersey. However, as an alternate, I could absolutely be warmed up to this. It wouldn't be my favorite, uniform or jersey from Boston that I've ever seen for sure, just because of the amount of yellow. But it's not bad by any means. Would nicely fit into their brand. Moving on to the Buffalo Sabres. Ooh, nice little addition to the logo, actually. I like that. Yeah. I'm actually 100% down with that logo change. I like that a lot. Stars in the back of the neck. That probably is taken from the city flag, if I'm not mistaken. Pants look good. Socks look good. Yeah, this is a nice uniform. I mean, it's similar to their current home jersey, but I think what Daniel's done here a couple of times is made some really, really good logical decisions. Sometimes they've been a little bit drastic with the Arizona one, for example, and maybe just some subtle ones, like with this and with the Anaheim one. Some really, really good decisions so far. I like this set so far. Next, the Carolina Hurricanes. Man, immediately, again, I have to echo that recent comment that I just made. This is a wonderful jersey. I really like the direction of this, and I could see an inverse of this being pretty great as an away jersey as well. This is fantastic, Daniel. I'm really, really enjoying these jersey concepts. I don't think there's anything that I would change about this, to be completely honest. I really like the arms. I like them a lot. And I think it speaks to almost the thematic of the logo. And what I mean by that is that the Carolina Hurricanes logo isn't just a logo, it's also a bit of a scene within a logo. It's got movement, and you can almost feel that same kind of movement in the arms because of the angle of the stripe. And it just adds a little bit of movement from the logo to the rest of the jersey. So it's a really, really good jersey concept. Next, the Columbus Blue Jackets. Man, again, just a bit of a subtle change to remove the striping from the shoulders down the arms, the pinstripe and stuff, going with a little bit more of a simplistic striping design on the arm, keeping the star on the jersey, but putting it near the elbow. I think that's a really good decision. This is great. I really, really like these jersey concepts, and sometimes you don't have to make drastic changes to improve on something. Sometimes you just need to keep it simple. So, good job. Let's move on. The Calgary Flames. All right, so I guess a little bit alternate, a little bit home, a little bit old school, and maybe a little bit pedestal in the pants. It's okay. It's not going to be my favorite that I've seen so far in this series. I don't see anything wrong with it. There's not necessarily anything that I would potentially change at all. It's fine, just not my favorite so far. Next, the Chicago Blackhawks. This is very nice, and I would argue that the numbers on the back are extremely difficult to see, especially from long distance or possibly on TV. So you could do something like, I think it's the Florida Panthers that have the stripe stop in the middle seam, or the side seams rather. So they've got the stripe in behind the logo, but on the back of the jersey, there's no stripe. I think it's Florida that does that. Maybe it's Montreal. I can't remember. But you could have a blank, essentially, back of the jersey, which just houses the number, but keep that stripe in the front, which looks pretty good, because I think it does look pretty good on the front using the secondary logo on the front and having the current primary on the shoulder as a shoulder patch. Because the number is black and white, the same as the stripe, it just gets a little bit lost in the back. But I like everything about this jersey other than maybe the stripe in the back. And you can keep it on the arms, obviously, just in the middle of the jersey to kind of remove it. All right, let's move on. Whoa, total brand change here. I was not expecting this. This is a bit of a surprise. I like the foot back on the shoulder. As an old school Avalanche fan, I do appreciate that. And I also appreciate the bit of a color change here. We've got a darker blue, much deeper. The burgundy looks like it's about the same shade. The logo itself, I mean, Colorado, in my personal opinion, has one of the best sports logos of all time. But this is also very nice, very modern, and very good. I think it's an excellent jersey concept. The orientation or the layout of everything is absolutely wonderful. I even kind of get the in the current logo where you've got the swooping big white puck that comes down through the snow. You can almost get those vibes from the striping as well in the arms because one of the stripes expands to be a little bit wider, it looks like. So I think overall this is pretty much a great jersey concept in every aspect. I don't know if it's better than their current brand though. It is very good. This would be a really interesting Stadium Series jersey, even with the current Colorado Avalanche logo on there. But I do really like the current look of the Colorado Avalanche, so very good overall. Next, the Dallas Stars. Okay, it's definitely good. It's not going to be my favorite so far. I like the jersey design and layout. I like the black at the bottom of the jersey, the bottom of the sleeves. The striping is excellent. I don't love that bit of copper color. I would prefer even to see maybe some bright yellow, as controversial as that could possibly be to the Minnesota Wild or former Minnesota North Stars. I think a bright yellow would complement the green nicely. I think it would complement the black nicely as well. It's not bad as is, mostly personal preference, and I think I would be in the minority. This color plays way more in line to obviously the Dallas Stars history than anything else. Let's move on. We've got the Detroit Red Wings. Well, going with a bit of a bold decision here, putting the a logo or anything on the shoulder. Detroit typically does not do that. I think the last time they did was 2017, so it's been 7 years since then. The logo on the front, obviously that's in their graphical arsenal. They've used that in the past. Striping has been changed quite a bit, but still looks good, still looks very acceptable in terms of original 6 team. I do like this jersey. I think this could be a potential... They're never going to do it. They're never going to revamp their brand. I don't think fans would allow it. They're too traditional. Detroit is just too traditional. But for an alternate or a Stadium Series jersey, possibly a Winter Classic, absolutely. But in terms of this series as a home jersey, I would say that the decision behind this is more implausible than this jersey design actually existing in general somewhere else, if that makes sense. I really like it. There's nothing about it that I don't like. It's good. Next, the Edmonton Oilers. Okay, shoulder patch, not too bad. I do like the layout of the jersey. It's very similar to the jersey that we just looked at in a way, and also the Dallas jersey. It looks good. Yeah, nothing to complain about here at all. Really good decisions overall, I think. Excellent. Florida. Now, Florida, in my personal opinion, does have one of the better home jerseys and away jerseys in the entire league. Probably in the top 3 of 1-2 combo home and away jerseys and uniforms. But this is good in its own respect. I don't think it's better than what they currently use, but there's nothing wrong with this. It does look good. You go back to a version of the original logo, which is excellent. Nice shoulder patch on there. I've not specifically seen that one like that before. It makes the sun look a little bit like a basketball, because if you're familiar with the Toronto Raptors, they have a bit of a basketball kind of claw styled logo like that in a way. So it makes me actually think of basketball more so than the sun. But I like the kind of process and innovation kind of behind that. But it's a nice uniform overall, really nice jersey. Just personal opinion, not better than what they currently use. The LA Kings. This is great. Yeah, again, I'm really struggling in this video to kind of be critical of anything here. Daniel has done an absolutely wonderful job on so many of these jerseys and uniforms, rather. Just an excellent job. Great decision on the colorization here. Really good balance with old school color and new school color. Yeah, excellent. I really have nothing negative to say about this one. It is It's very good. Now, just quickly, before we move on to the next one, I'm just going to do a little bit of a promotion here, but it's a self-promotion. I released a video yesterday, not hockey related, but talking about some funny names and places in the province that I live in, which is New Brunswick. And I want to do this for every province in every state, because we all live in states and provinces that, there's probably a town or a city close by that has a funny name. And I don't know, it's a lighthearted kind of video. So if you haven't seen it, I would love it if you could go check it out and learn a little bit more about the province that I live in. Again, not hockey related, but I'm almost certain you'll get a smile from it. So I'd love it if you could check it out. Okay, let's move on. The Minnesota Wild. This is, it's good. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But much like Florida, I think Minnesota has absolutely nailed their home jersey. It's fantastic. Away jersey, different story. We can have that conversation in the future if Daniel possibly has an away version of this series or video or set. But as is, I think Minnesota has a current better home jersey, but this is also fantastic. I like the little bit of a lighter green in the stripe there. That's pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, it's a very good jersey. Again, really nothing negative to say here. Montreal Canadiens. Well, this looks pretty much identical. The pants have changed a little bit. The numbers, the font looks different. But it's, he fixed the neck. Good job. Great job on that, actually, Dan. You fixed the neck. That is a great decision. It's not the exact direction that I would have gone for the neck, but at least you have fixed it. That is, thank you. Thank you for fixing it. Let's move on. The Devils. A little bit dark for me. Yeah, we're approaching like a blood red almost. I think I would be okay with 2 shades of red here. And what I mean by that is, let's keep the jersey the color that he's presenting in, which is a bit of a darker red. I think that looks okay, actually, especially with the black. But I almost find the logo gets lost in it a little bit. So what if we use the current red on top of that red? And then you see that little pinstripe of red in the stripes? Maybe that could also be the brighter red as well, just to add a little bit of balance with the logo. I'd have to see it. Maybe it wouldn't look good. I'm not sure. But to me, right now, this is just a little bit too dark for me, and specifically in the logo region. Okay, Nashville. Great decision on the arms. I love that little bit of personality. Taking something from the logo, kind of like the Carolina one, and implementing it a little bit in the arms. That's exactly what he's done here. Fantastic decision. The arms look really good. To me, this is an improvement on their home jersey and uniform. Also, the pants have changed a little bit as well. So really good, actually. I like this jersey a lot. Honestly, nothing I'd change about it. Next, the Islanders. Okay, so we've kind of have a bit of a combo between a Reebok jersey for sure with those slats, not in that specific area, but just in general, the fisherman jersey, and the alternate jersey, I guess, in a way. And I guess the home jersey as well. It's kind of 4 jerseys happening in one here. I do like it. I don't love the slats or the marks on the arm for the Stanley Cup. It just from a balance perspective. I like the idea of it. I just don't know if I like that location. I don't know where else it would look okay, but it just feels a little bit off. Yeah, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Is it too much? Are they too big? Yeah, I don't know. I'm really torn on that one. The Rangers, 2 shades of blue, keeping with the red pants, which I think is a great decision. So, I mean, really, this is a combination between the first reverse retro and the second reverse retro, in a way, adding a little bit more white. It looks really good. I do like it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but man, like Daniel, these are excellent. There's nothing I would change here. Ottawa. Okay, a bit of a variation on their home jersey. Not too much has changed. The logo has changed. Striping has changed a little bit. I think I've read a lot of comments. Not so much recently because we're used to it, but when that brand change first came out, there were a lot of comments that, like, yeah, this is nice, but it's boring. And I don't necessarily disagree with that. It is not the most lively brand. It is definitely less exciting than their previous look, but I think their current look looks very good. And I also think this looks good as well. So Daniel's done a good job, again, just making some subtle changes. So I would be fine with this or the one that currently exists. All right, Philadelphia. Okay, a little bit more orange, obviously coming further down. We don't get that same almost like barrier look that they have. Decent arms. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. There's nothing negative to say. Not my favorite so far, but still good. Pittsburgh, wow. Got a little bit of hint of blue in there. The logo has changed. I think this is an okay jersey. I do like what they have now more. I almost feel like the blue doesn't even fit in there that well. I think because there's none of it in the logo, so it being in the arms just feels a little bit out of place. I want to see a little bit in the logo. Not a bad logo, not a bad jersey, but I like their current one more. All right, let's see what's next. It's going to be Seattle, and this, again, just a couple of subtle changes. The stripes on the arms, adding a little bit of life in there from the characterization of the brand, which is, the Kraken. You got some tentacle action happening in there. Socks look good. Jersey looks good. Looks good, Daniel. San Jose, wow. This is a very different San Jose uniform, or specifically jersey, that I was expecting. The off-white really threw me for a loop there at the beginning. Now that I've seen it, for 10 or 15 seconds, I actually kind of like it, and I don't mind it at all in there. I don't love the logo, though, and it's not necessarily the shape of it. It's more so the way that the shark is colorized. I don't like that the bottom of it is white. There's too harsh of a contrast between the dark, deep shark gray and then the white. It's distracting in a bad way, I think. So I would change that, but I do like the rest of the jersey. It's actually a really interesting take on the San Jose brand, and I like the font choice as well. Good job on the font choice. Next, the St. Louis Blues. Yeah, I mean, you could argue this is a combination between Reverse Retro 2.0, the Winter Classic original Reebok into Adidas, and possibly the newest Winter Classic, I guess, against Minnesota, I believe it was. Maybe a combination of all those three jerseys. Looks good. I do like it. Yeah, it's excellent. I like the neck a lot. Striping looks good. Excellent job again. Next, the Tampa Bay Lightning. So we've got those notches back in there. We've seen that on, I believe it was at least one Reebok jersey. At least one, maybe two, actually, Reverse Retros. I have to look. I can't remember if it's on the Reverse Retro 2.0. I could get up and get it, but I'll do it after the video. So yeah, it's okay in this uniform, basically. I love the pants. I love the socks. I love the gloves. And I like the jersey. But what I like the most about all of this isn't that there's so much black, and that's a really good decision, but it's the change in shade of blue. He's gone with a lighter blue, which I think is very, very complimentary. And the blue that they use now is very, very dark. So logically, maybe he made this concept and he used the dark blue, he probably saw them together, the black and the dark blue, and thought, that's just a little bit too dark. Let's brighten it up a little bit. Wonderful decision, because it allows the blue to really breathe and stand out from the jersey and really sing that vibrancy true to the entire uniform, because it looks good on the jersey, the socks, the pants, the gloves. It looks really good. This is probably one of my favorites so far, maybe minus the notches. Next, the Toronto Maple Leafs. I mean, not much has changed. Has anything changed? Striping, but it's so subtle that I barely even notice it. I'm not sure if the neck has changed or not. Someone will have to tell me in the comments, but I mean, yeah, it's pretty similar, and for good reason. It shouldn't necessarily change. They've got a nice jersey, as long as it's different than Tampa. One of the two teams, just make a decision and change your jerseys. I don't care who it is, just do it. Next, the Vancouver Canucks. Well, we've seen lots of concepts like this. It's a very logical decision that concept designers do this. I do like the little addition in the back of the neck, though. You can see some mountains in the background, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I suspect that this, existing as an alternate in the past, minus the shoulder patches, once Fanatics comes in, we can probably see something like this as a potential future home. So maybe Daniel's on the right path here, or maybe a future alternate as well. Vegas, whoa. Okay, I suspect that that's supposed to be the same color and texture that we have now in the current jersey. Maybe it just doesn't translate well with this specific template, but right now that is clearly a brighter, almost like banana yellow, like a kind of a bit of a desaturated banana yellow. It looks good. I do like it, but I don't know if it's... I do like the arms. The arms are definitely nice. If the shade change was intentional to make it a little bit brighter, I don't necessarily agree with that, but I do love the decision with the layout of the jersey, the change in the arms, the bottom of the jersey, the pants, the socks, and everything else. I think that is a good decision. Okay, moving on. I was going to say that I don't like the gradient and the stripes in the arms, but I do like the decision for the layout in the gray, the blue. The light blue is a primary color. They're called the Jets. Canada has CF-18s, which is just basically the C, or the regular F-18 rather. It's just a Canadian version of the F-18. They're mostly painted gray. Canada does do some specific paint jobs and stuff on their planes, but you know, typically it's gray like basically every other fighter jet. So to have more gray in the jersey is kind of nice, and then the gradient gives that little bit of visual perspective from the jet, which is kind of neat. So I do like that. I just don't know how realistic it is. Wonderful jersey though. Moving on to the last one, which is going to be Washington. I like this a lot. I don't necessarily know if I like it as a home jersey. I think I'd be okay with it, but this looks like a really good Stadium Series jersey. I would say that regardless of series, this is one of the best Washington Capitals jerseys that I have seen personally. When I think about Stadium Series, I really like this a lot, actually. There is not a single thing that I would change about this. Wonderful jersey and uniform overall. Yeah, fantastic. Daniel, there's so many good ones in here. Like, this is going to be an impossibility for me to choose my favorite, and also give honorable shout-outs. Honorable shout-outs would be go to 25 jerseys in here. Like, there's no way that I could do it. I'm going to have to sit here for a bit and cycle through these and guess, so I'll be at you in a second. Okay, I think I've decided. Been sitting here for a little bit. I do want to give an honorable shout out to Columbus, because I do feel like the subtle changes that Daniel made were excellent. I can see the team going in this direction, so I think his decisions are not only good, but maybe plausible. And so I really wanted to give a call out to this jersey. I think it's very nice, or this uniform rather. But I think I'm actually going to go with Carolina as my favorite. I really, really like the arms. I think currently Carolina lacks a bit of direction. Their away jersey is completely different than their home jersey. Their home jersey was their previous alternate. They had an anniversary jersey that came out that was very, very similar to their previous home jersey. Like, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of predictable direction, I guess, visually with their brand. None of it looks bad. Carolina has some of the best uniforms and jerseys in the entire league, regardless if it's home, away, specialty, whatever. Excellent. But I think they need some direction, and I love Daniel's direction here. The home jersey here is wonderful. I really like the arms. I love the play of the angle in the jersey to kind of mimic the logo a little bit. You've got the original warning flag logo in the top on the shoulder, which is, you can debate that in the comments whether you want the original or the updated version. But I really like this. This is one of the better, I think, Carolina Hurricanes home jerseys that I've seen, maybe ever. It's excellent. So Daniel, thank you so much for sending these in. This is one of the best sets that I've seen, regardless of series, you know, Winter Classic, Stadium Series, home, away, whatever. One of the best series that I have seen in a long time. I'm just kind of like going through my mind here a little bit, trying to pick my least favorite. And that's difficult because there are so many good ones in this set. So I would love it. Anyone who's watching, if you've got a couple of minutes, if you have 10 seconds, go down in the comment section and leave a comment and tell me your favorite, because I suspect that there's going to be a wide range of comments of different favorites, because typically I read the comments and we're all generally pretty aligned in these videos. There's some really popular choices for every video that a lot of people typically like, but here there's so many good ones in this set. It's gonna be really interesting actually to see the comments come in and see everyone's favorite. So if you've got a couple of minutes or seconds, I would love to hear your opinion down below, and I'm sure Daniel would love to hear that as well. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a great start to your weekend. Have a great Friday night. And if you're not subscribed and you want to see more videos like this, obviously please hit the subscribe button down below. And if you did like this video, hit the like button. That helps me a lot. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.